We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Hey, Mitch, what's that line in Django Unchained? You had me at my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
Yeah, I knew one thing that would get Sam to pick up and call me right away was to text him and say, "Dude, you're in my dream last night." Because we get a lot of symbolic mileage out of our dreams. I mean, dreams are a movie that plays in your head. Remember that? Did you ever watch the "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" YouTube videos?
No, never.
Oh my goodness. I think there's a chance that even if you don't remember it by that title, you did see the first one. It's like a kids television programming pastiche where you have these puppets and they are purporting to sing like an educational song, but then it just completely goes off the rails. There's six of them and they're just phenomenal. Um, just very disturbing and brilliant kind of reckonings with putting your kids in front of televisions and letting the televisions raise them. But Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, part one, part two. In one of them, it says, "Dreams are a movie that play in your head deep in the night while you lay in your bed." And it
Oh,
just
that's
gets,
good.
yeah, I like it too. But anyways, yeah, I did have a dream about my co-host Sam last night, and actually in the dream we were talking on the movie called Podcast.
Dude, it's
Uh,
like Inception style, man.
yeah, so we're talking, and we're just talking about movies and we're talking about life as usual. But then out of nowhere, and I hope this isn't like super sensitive, but out of nowhere, I mean, because it is kind of dark now that I'm getting into it. But out of nowhere you say that you were just talking to your mom and that you know your dad is like on life support, right?
Yeah.
And in the dream, okay, because in the dream I was like, Sam, you told us years ago that your dad died, and you kind of like froze. And in the dream it was basically like we're trying to square. And actually, in the dream, we just let the call keep going. Like even like this big thing had happened where you had, and it was like basically I was like, has he been lying all this time? Did he lie about that? And I kind of confronted you about it, and I was like, he can't, be put on life support if you're already gone. So, help me square these two things.
Yeah.
And you were just kind of like kicking the can down the road. But I think in the world of the dream, like you had just been like lying to us all that time.
Wow. So, I mean, they did. I'm trying to think of because I I think dreams. It's that weird thing where a lot of dreams have deeper meanings. A lot of dreams just kind of don't mean anything, you know.
Right,
Um,
exactly.
and they did put him on. They had him hooked up to the machine, right?
At the end of his life, he was on life support.
Yeah, he was on life support, and they said that he was no longer there, and so they ended up taking him off, and he died shortly after, right?
Right.
So it was pretty much the machine was keeping him alive or keeping his body alive. I have the belief that he was already gone. Um,
Yeah. Right.
so and I think I told you, I think I had mentioned, maybe you knew that it's like one of those things when dreams happen. It's like like it's in the back of your mind, right? these
Yeah,
little details, and you may forget about them, but then you have a dream, and you have the details come alive in the dream, you know?
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I
It
don't know.
there there. It's one of those things too. Like it was so much more vivid in like when you as soon as you try to tell someone you dream, it kind of turns to ash in your mouth. And so like I was just sort of fumbling for like the way to deliver this to you, even though like in my head it was so like clear, like even like the thematic kind of through lines are clear in my head before I started to try to say them out loud. But as I'm telling you, I'm remembering other parts that I want to tell you too. But I'll,
Okay.
I'll have to. I'm going to tell you off air because they're even crazier.
No,
But
just I mean, share them, dude. Share them. I don't mind.
trust me. No, I'm not going to. But anyways. It's not listeners. It's not something that would shock you if you heard it. But it's like just details from mine and Sam's friendship that shouldn't be aired. But it's not. I'm making it sound shocking. It's not
Wow.
shocking. It's very
So,
normal.
so you're making it seem like I've committed murder, and we've had
No,
you've
yeah,
hidden this
trust me,
secret
listener.
this whole
If you
time.
heard this, it would mean absolutely nothing to you. But Sam
Well,
will
then just
understand.
share it. Just share it. It's fine. I'm giving you the
Like I said,
information.
I would be like naming names of people and like all kinds of stuff like to get into it. So
Oh, okay. I got you.
that was the simplest way to put it without being super weird. Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, Sam, man, it's been hard for us to watch movies lately because Hank's been doing some different stuff at night when we usually get a chance to sit down and watch something. But I mean,
He's
have you
been
got anything?
he's been waking up a lot.
Yeah, usually like we'll get him fed, settled, and put down, and
Yeah.
then we'll kind of watch a little bit of a movie. But now he's been like popping back up a few times. So,
Well,
but I'm very close to catching up on all my movie reviews. So that's some collateral beauty.
okay. So I do have let me go ahead and pull up my notes here. Sorry. Michael Capos. So real quick, I know I had discussed it in the past that I wanted to do it, and like I said, I'm not gonna do a big breakdown, right? But well, first of all, I'd like to talk about their newest album. Did you listen to the Switchfoot album?
Yeah, I listened to about 80% of it, and I was really enjoying it.
Okay, so in that case, we can review it at a later time then.
Or,
Um,
I mean, no, we could do it right now if you want. There's just a couple of songs I didn't hit, but
so what did you think of it so far?
it's very them. It's very much their identity. You're not gonna listen to this and think, oh, who are these guys? It's very much their identity, their
Yeah,
brand. But they do. You could tell they're still pushing themselves to try different things. Uh, and they do something that I really appreciate, which is these are some guys that are very much have made the crossover from like contemporary Christian rock to mainstream
yeah.
rock band. Very, very much so.
It's rare
But
that happens too. That they're a band that are known by Christian people, right? But also non-Christian people, you know?
yeah,
Um,
there's something special, and I think it has a lot to. Well, what I was saying that I appreciate is they really, really reckon with their faith in just in a way that's very intellectually honest, emotionally honest, and like us still and spiritually honest. It's just like they do all three. And so I like some of the songs like Darkness, for example, where he's kind of he interrogates his upbringing and how that figures into his present relationship to God.
yeah,
That to me is very powerful because something that sells really well today is just pure deconstruction. You just sort of leave that stuff behind. That's for kids. No sane, logical thinking person would believe in that stuff. And he's like, no, yeah, I get all this stuff, but I still find this compelling in deep in my soul.
Well, so I don't know if I've mentioned this on air. And when I say on air, it sounds like I'm like, oh, we have our own little radio show
We're
in
live.
a little live studio. But Switchfoot has a special place in my heart because they're one of the first bands that I remember ever listening to. I grew up in a very I don't want to say sheltered home, but my mom was very strict with what we would listen to, right? And so Switchfoot, my brother had a couple of their CDs, and they were some of the first music that I heard that was like actual like bands, right? Aside from like in church, right? So
Uh-huh.
Switchfoot, man, I'm telling you, they're one of my favorites. They have been one of my uh inspirations when it comes to making music and writing. I think John Foreman is just I think he's just very underrated, man. Yeah, he has some songs I must admit that are very I would say too spot on, very kind of cheesy, some lyrics in there, but I do really think that he is
Did you
easily one
feel
of
that about Beautiful Life in this album? Because I thought I liked that one, but I did think it was kind of on the nose.
it
Maybe
was
as an
on the
example of what you're
nose.
saying.
It was on the nose, but I loved it regardless, right? And that happens sometimes, like, okay, this is what they're going for, and you know what? It's working, right? It's working. So I will say though, Mitch, that I think that their new album that came out, Forever
Uh-huh.
Now, I
Uh-huh.
would say that I think it's their best project in about 15 years, man.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
I think it's their tightest. I think it's um their most repeat, right? Where you can re-listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
I found myself not wanting to really skip. Yeah, in the midsection, I felt like a few of those tracks were not nearly as good as some of the other ones, but overall, I found myself enjoying this one. I thought it was the strongest project that they've done since I would say Vice Versus, and I love that one.
Well,
Um,
that one or Hello Hurricane or one of those is like probably the last time I truly like sat down and listened. So maybe you're onto something there. Hey, did you see, speaking of the middle of the album, this track called YFWYA? Do you know what that stands for?
oh yes, YF you follow. It's something. Oh man, they say it in the song. I can't remember what they say in the song.
I did actually look up the uh, m- lyrics, but I got distracted. Um, let's see. Maybe the one. Yeah, I looked for it in the song, but I didn't like. Let me pull it up again
Yeah, they
because
they mention it.
you forgot who you are. Oh, good. Yeah, that's so
You
good.
forgot who you
Okay,
are. You
so
forgot.
that refrain, and maybe somebody's hearing Mufasa in their head when they hear that, but that refrain to me actually is one that that's a motif that's very powerful for me. Like the you forget who you are motif, and I thought of Knight of Cups when his father
Yeah.
in the movie tells like a parable of a prince who is sent by his father, who was the king of the East, to go find a pearl, and he got to the area where the pearl was supposed to be, and people kept giving him things to drink, and he forgot all about the pearl. And it says, but he forgot he was the son of the king, and then it says, "But the king did not forget about him." Oh man, it's such a good scene, dude. After I listened to that song, I went back and watched it on YouTube right away.
Well, I mean, you already know how I feel about that movie. And you know what, Mitch? Maybe I need to give it another shot. Maybe it was just in the mood that I was in at that time. That's why it just didn't
I
click
think
with me.
a lot of people do because I think it's sort of hard coming around the bend from Tree of Life to
Yeah,
I mean, but there's so many powerful moments like that in that movie that just
yeah.
like kind of saved my life. But anyways, I like that concept of that song. What were some standout checks for you?
Well, I mean, that was one of them. And I know, like I said, I know it was spot on as you say, but I thought, Beautiful Life was great. I
Did you see the
thought,
music video for that one?
no, I didn't. Which I need to. I'm gonna
You'll like it, yeah.
when I log in, I'll try to put it up. Look, man, that's the thing. Like, I thought that this album was overall very consistent, right? I like the fact that the final track, the butterfly effect, they kind of bring back a lot of the music from the beginning of the album, so it comes full circle. What did you think of the whole theme of the album?
You know,
Um,
I know that it kind of interacts with the times, but I felt like it had like some notes of Ecclesiastes in it, and like there's nothing new under the sun. You know, the same things that have been will be again. And so
yeah,
I think he pivots from getting caught up in everything that's going wrong and tries to
yeah.
just look at things that are stable.
So
Um,
I'll tell you offhand right here. So I thought the first track, Wake Up Mr. Crow, Absolution, Beautiful Life,
oh
Shake the
yeah.
Dust. I thought all of those I really liked. And then YFYWYA thought were really good. There was a few, the other tracks in between those are solid. I really liked, although I wish it were longer, Breaking Up Again. It was like it felt like very like old school to what they used to do in the beginning, right?
Uh-huh.
um but it was only a minute and a half, and then of course I liked how it ended. It wrapped up really well with the butterfly effect. I know, like I said, I know I mentioned it before, but I wanted to do just a very quick, let you know my quick rankings of
Okay.
so in last place, and keep in mind, I'm doing 3, 6, 9, 12, like 12 of their 3, 6, 12. Oh, wait, 1 second. Okay, wait, okay, let me just fix something. I almost left out one. Okay, so in last place, I have their first album, The Legend of Chin. Obviously,
Fair
this
enough.
is, this is the first breakout, right?
Hey,
Um,
Sam, did you ever go to World Outreach Center?
Did I? Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Did you know that Switchfoot actually played there around the time of that album?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Caleb, you can ask Caleb about it.
Wow, I did not know that. That's cool. Before they made it, right? Before
Yeah,
they got big.
it was in the
Wow,
90s, yeah.
that's so cool.
Keep going.
My number 12. I have one of their recent albums, Native Tongue.
He makes the cup of it.
Yeah, uh, yeah, man. This is just not it. This is not it. Not it at all.
I think that's a big reason of why I kept like I would duck into albums and duck back out. A lot of it's on me just being kind of unfair
No,
because
I
I
mean,
probably would have done that with this one too. But since there was so many people telling me to check it out, I actually gave it a chance and liked it. But
yeah.
Native Tongue,
So
I didn't really give it a chance.
Yeah. The next one up is Nothing Is Sound. Look, man, this
Oh,
album it had the unfortunate luck of following the Beautiful Letdown. So obviously this is it has some really strong tracks. Overall, it just feels very middling, just not really great, not really terrible. So it's kind of middle of the road.
happy is
Next
the
up
yuppie word.
Next up, we have Interrobang. That was their last album before Forever Now. Look, man, after Native Tongue, it was, they needed something, and it was at least a step up from that one, right? So it was fine. It was fine album.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
know a single song on that album.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to it a couple of times actually. I thought it was okay. It was fine. Next up, we have New Way to Be Human, which is their second album. This is kind of where we started to see glimpses of what Switchfoot was to be, right? I felt like their first album was they were trying too hard to be something
This is
they weren't.
also the one that got them kind of into the mainstream. That song was used in the movie A Walk to Remember.
Yes.
One, Only Hope, which is an amazing song.
Yeah. So this is the one where they you kind of started seeing, okay, I've heard their name before. Then I have Oh Gravity. I know a lot of people love this album. I think it's a decent album. I don't love it as much as many other people do, but I do think it's a solid album.
Let me
Okay,
say
now
something about Oh Gravity. I think
go
it's
for it.
one of those. I think that is an entry. The reason why so many people love it is it was an entry point for them, but
Yes.
longtime fans don't have the same affection for it. And I'm gonna be comparing it to things that are gonna be meaningless to no one except people that grew up in, you know, that era of Christian rock. But Reliant K's Forget Not Slow Down, a lot of times is like Oh Gravity or Jars of Clay's Good Monsters, where it's like this is like an on ramp for a lot of people, but for longtime fans, it's not always the. Although, anyways, Oh Gravity is probably my number two. Like I do actually love that one.
Okay.
It's probably the one I've listened to the most.
Okay, well that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean it's a solid album. My next one up, look, I get it. This is probably one of people's least favorite projects. I get it. There's a lot of cheesy moments on this album. There's a lot of, as we were talking about, very spot on moments, right? But my next one up is Fading West. I look, I liked it, man. I do have my issues with it, right? But overall, I think it's a solid project. And yeah, man. So that's my next one up.
Yeah, that is not one that I really interacted with. So
Okay. So my 13, 12, 11. That was number seven. My number six is Where the Light Shines Through. I really dug this one. This is one of those, Mitch, that I kind of had fallen off the Switchfoot the wagon, right? Because of the fact I was like, you know what? I'm not really liking what they're doing with their recent stuff. And so I skipped this one. I skipped it, and I have to admit I skipped it. But I found myself when I was doing my rankings, I find myself going back to it again and again. I really like this one a lot. It's not a great album, but I
wait a
do
minute.
think it's a very good album.
Okay, well you've got it pretty high.
Yeah, no. It's pretty high. Yeah, I like it more than a lot of the other ones for sure.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Um,
I don't know a lot of that one, so it's just continuing to show me how much of their stuff I need to revisit. So
yeah, so that one's very good. I recommend that one to you, man. That one's a good one. All right, next one up is this is where we finally get to see Switchfoot, right? And that is Learning to Breathe. This is where
learning to.
this is where they finally was like, okay, they're no longer the new band. They're no longer trying to copy what other new bands are doing. They're
Dare
finding
you
their
to move.
yes, this is where Dare You to Move premiered.
I mean, just a 2000 song, if ever there was a 2000 song. Very nostalgic whenever I hear it.
Yes. So very, very good, man. This is a very good album. Yes, there's still some, you could tell, you can definitely tell that, they're just getting over that slump of being a new band. But overall, I thought it was very good. My next one up is going to be surprising to you, and that's my number four. That one is
Put that down.
no,
Oh,
maybe it's recency bias, right? But Forever Now.
okay.
I
I
think
mean,
this
you're
is the,
crazy.
yeah, listen, I think that
I'm
this is,
just, I can't believe how gravity's so low. All right, keep going.
look, Mitch, I think this is their most mature album to date. They're dealing with a lot of themes related to death, right? And leaving their mark on the world. This is just a very, very deep album, and it's also a it's a really strong project. I know we
It's their
just discussed
disclosure
it.
day. Let's put it that way.
I don't know about that, but anyways, that's my number four. I get it, Mitch. I get it. I know. And who knows? Maybe a year from now, this will probably go a few more slots down. But as of right now, I do think I am really impressed with what they did with this project. They are going back to their roots while also, trying something new. So I really, really did love that one. My number three is Hello Hurricane. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
dude, this is like for me, this is classic. This is classic. Classic
It is. I
Switchfoot.
remember like running, running in high school to the song "The Sound," and just
Yes.
it would be my pump up song on a
Dude,
long drive.
yes, yes. This album is so cool. I always remember the seagulls flying, right? And
Dude,
the
yes,
album
and
cover.
I bet always gets to you now in a new and special way now that you've
Oh,
had a son,
uh,
because that is one of the greatest father son songs, right up there with what's that Creed song? Uh,
oh,
what is the
with
Creed song?
arms wide open.
Yes. Uh,
Yeah, so Hello Hurricane, my number three. All right, coming in at my number two. I'm in the minority. I looked it up. Not a lot of people love this album. I love it, dude. I don't understand what the heck people are talking about when they say this album isn't good. This album is truly a great project, man. This is the album where I got to go see Switchfoot live. This is
oh, that makes a
Vice
difference.
versus.
Yeah.
Dude, I love this project. I absolutely this is what I was talking about. I think that Forever Now Forever Now was their best album since Vice Versus in 2011. I really love this project, man. This is one where I would like definitely try to find buy their CD just to have it. It's great, man.
I
I don't
love
know if
that
you,
Souvenirs is one of my favorite Switchfoot songs, probably a top 10 Switchfoot
dude.
song.
It is so good, man. Look, I'm telling you, listen to this album again. You're gonna say, you know what, Sam, you were right. This is a really
Well,
great
I mean,
album.
I never had a problem with that one. That's kind of the point where I trailed off. I did, yeah, that is exactly where I trailed off, in fact.
Yeah, so I think this is easily their second strongest project. I know I'm in the minority. I looked it up. There's a lot of
But
the Discord for this one
for your
is not
number
that
one,
strong.
you're in the majority.
Yes, dude,
Bow-now, bow, bow-now, bow.
how can anyone put any other album than The Beautiful Let Down? Look, Mitch, listen. This 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 is a a masterpiece in terms of like rock music, right? In terms of Christian music, it's perfectly 2000s, right?
Yeah, yeah,
The
it is.
only Mitch, the only track and it's unfortunate that
I'm
I
very
would
curious what you're gonna say.
the only track, dude, that I'm like this was almost a 5 out of 5. It's like a 4.9.
I
The
would
only
guess.
track, but try to guess.
Okay, I've got two guesses. 24,
Oh no,
Redemption.
no.
Okay, then I disagree with you. What's your answer?
My answer is the final track on the album,
I
Monday
thought that
Comes
was
Around.
24. Okay, no, no, no.
Th- exactly, Mitch. You
No, no,
forgot
no.
about it.
No,
When
no,
I'm
it's a deluxe track. It's only on the deluxe album.
no, it's
It's
it
not on the
no,
original album.
it is on the original album, Mitch. Because I'm looking at it now, the deluxe version only includes "Dare You to Move" and "Meant to Live." Look, Monday comes
No,
around.
Monday Comes Around was not on the original.
Okay, let me see. The Beautiful Letdown.
Original, beautiful, let down. Because I own this album. Track list.
No, track list.
Okay, yeah, it ends at 11. It ends at 24. Yeah, the original album
Okay, well then,
did not
in
have it.
that
So it's a
case,
5 out of 5.
okay, it's a 5 out of 5 because I was, you know what I was thinking, Mitch? When I was listening through the album, I was thinking to myself, this feels weird. This track feels like it shouldn't be on this album. It feels like this was a leftover from their previous albums, and they were like, "Oh, well, we need to put it somewhere, so let's just put it at the tail end of this
Turns out it
project."
was.
Dude, yes. So 5 out of 5. This is a masterpiece. I freaking love the beautiful
Did you
letdown.
listen to the new release where they had the different artists cover the anniversary release?
No, what?
It,
What is
dude,
this?
it's awesome. It's called The Beautiful Letdown. Um, it's like our version or something. I guess they're playing off the Taylor thing, but they have different artists cover. And the reason I was drawn to it was because Reliant K covered Ammunition. But they had Noah Gunderson and John Bellion and the Jonas Brothers and Owl City, 21 Pilots.
Dude, they were able to get all those artists?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what'd you say? I'm sorry, it cut off a bit.
Yes, they were able to get.
Wow. Well, that makes me even more impressed with, how recognized it. I'm sure a lot of people in the industry really do dig that, man. Let me see
Yeah.
here. Sorry, I'm getting my stuff here. My bag. About to hop
So
into it.
everybody, this turned into a music call podcast, which we do every now and then.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was refreshing. I enjoyed it, man. I always love talking about music. I always love talking about Switchfoot, man. Like I said, they're one of my biggest inspirations. Um, I highly recommend their newest project, Forever Now. You can listen to it on Spotify. Also, you can listen to Mitch. If you can, whenever we're about to post this up, you should also link up the new track that I did, the collab with Callum.
Oh yeah, for sure I'll do that. Yeah, for sure I'll do that and link him. He's a great artist in his own right and has a channel that he does music reviews for small artists, emerging artists.
Yeah, we were talking. I had mentioned to you about like, oh, he finally released it. So I had did a colla- got, so he reached out to me asking if I would like to be a part of his year-long project, right? Where it's he releases a song for every month, and so I agreed. I worked on my part maybe like 2 years ago, right, Mitch?
Hmm.
And I never heard anything of it. And so I was like, oh, I guess maybe it just fell through. Nothing really worked out, right? But then I started seeing he started releasing some of the songs. I was like, okay, this is cool. And then finally he surprised me and he released it. So, yeah, Mitch, if you can just, make sure to link that up. But I got to head into work, man. It was good talking.
Enjoy it, man. Take care.